Welcome, welcome, welcome. Mentalism, correspondence, vibration, polarity, rhythm, cause and effect, gender. Countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everyone. It is Wednesday. I've got my fingers crossed for sunshine. But who got the lawn mowed last night? I did. Sure did. I was tempted to mow my neighbors, but the way my feet were and the palms of my hands, I said, oh, I am tired. But I did do some of it for him. Anywho, I was at work and the radio DJ, she said, oh my God, let me tell you this story. I didn't know this. This is what she said. Eagles. You know, eagles are absolutely, oh, they are incredible. They can see 8 times what we can see, right? I forget how many degrees they can turn their head. Well, their eyes, that is. 340-degree field of vision? I think that's what it is. And they can fly 10,000 feet in the air. Listen, the eagle is fascinating. And not only is it fascinating, but the eagle is handsome. Absolutely beautiful, that bird. Let's not even talk about the wingspan. My word. And they do build the largest nests. Why, I figure they would. You got a wingspan like that, and babies, and they mate for life. So you need a big house, right? But anyway, I digress. She said, did you know there's only one bird that pesters the eagle? I said, who? Let me get closer for this. The crow. The minute she said, can you guess? I thought to myself, there's only one bird I know who's got such audacity. The crow. Now, what does the crow do? Allegedly, the crow gets on the back of the eagle. Mid-flight, yeah? And he begins to peck at the back of the neck of the eagle. Why? Well, it depends. Is the eagle flying over the crow's territory? They don't just do it for shits and giggles. Anywho, here's this eagle with this wingspan, with a crow on his back, pecking. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen the acrobatics of an eagle, but they don't play around. The eagle, she said, doesn't even fight back. It doesn't get angry. And I thought to myself, because I'm listening to her story, I thought to myself, well, the only thing the eagle can do is fly higher. Because to dive, well, that's not going to shake the crow. So the eagle flies higher until the air gets so thin, the little crow falls off. Now, when I heard that, now to me that is amazing. How the eagle doesn't fret, doesn't argue, just flies higher. They fly above storms, so they don't have to get wet. Hello? But you know, only the eagle, right? The eagle is, yes, the eagle is bold. It is. But the crow, do you know what it takes to get on the back of the largest raptor? It takes audacity. Why am I telling you this? Because it doesn't matter that the eagle flies higher and deprives that poor little crow of air. That is irrelevant. You see any other bird getting on the back of that eagle? Is it because they're smarter? Nah, it's because they're scared. The crow, on the other hand, is audacious. So why am I telling you this? Because there comes a point in our lives when we have to be we have to have the willingness to be bold. And you look at your problem, you can call your problem whatever you want to call it, but it will take your audacity. Let me see if I can flip over to the definition, because I pulled it up, but I did not commit it to memory. Audacity, a willingness to take bold risks. That is the crow. I'm not looking for a spiritual meaning, because we've already found it. The willingness to take bold risks. You see, I spoke to you about the garden and how to use the garden as a metaphor, a psychological one to help you change your lives. But look at the crow. Listen, I love the eagle. I really do. You know what it takes to fly above a storm? Jeez. 10,000 feet in the air. You understand what that is? They are majestic. They are beautiful. Listen, it is on the flag. Well, it's not on the flag, but it's their national bird. Our national animal is the beaver. Mind you, a beaver is a master builder, is it not? All of these animals are cute, but we don't just stop there and say, oh my God, they're so cute. No, look at them. What do they do? And how can you apply what they do to your life? Now, not at any time are you worshiping an animal. You're not worshiping anything. That is not your role in the world, to worship anything. Your role in the world is to observe and apply. That crow, oh my God. They're ballsy, I tell you. But they are very intelligent as well. Crows, ravens. This woman has a crow and she taught it to speak. Hey! She taught it to speak. Because it is intelligent. It observes and it applies what it observes. Dare I say, it is its nature to be audacious. It knows its nature. The eagle never asked anybody, hey, can I fly up there? Nah, the eagle just has wings and said, let me fly. I tell you, I watched Biscuit, and Biscuit runs around and hops and flies and is so excited with those wings. Oh, yes, she is. So I figured, whatever it is I am learning, I have to bring the same enthusiasm, just like Biscuit does, the same enthusiasm. So today, the crow is audacious. The willingness to take bold risks. What is that bold risk? Now, we think that a bold risk has to be something outlandish and crazy. But in actuality, that bold risk could be looking at your life and saying, whoa, wait a minute. I've been doing this same pattern for quite some time. I no longer want to do this pattern. I would like to do another. I would like to do something else in my life. You have to have the audacity to live, my friends. The audacity to live and to become. That's a movie. I think it's called Live and Become. About the survival of this family, a mother and son from a refugee camp. I do believe that's what it is. I could be wrong, but I know somebody on fan base will look it up and tell me. I know. But the audacity, the willingness to take bold risks. You see, people just see the crow as being a nuisance to the eagle because the eagle is so grand. You can't ever take that away from the eagle because it's an apex predator. It's the top of the food chain. It doesn't have a natural enemy other than man. So it is already strong. It is already bold. It is already many things. Fascinating to say the least. But I ask you, because the crow originally had no idea how that eagle is going to respond. It had no idea. But that didn't stop it. It had no idea how the eagle was going to respond. The eagle could have turned around and just pecked it once. Caw-caw! And then next thing you know, it's over. But no. The eagle did not argue. It just elevated itself. This is why I love Psalm 139, verse 10. If I rise on the wings of the dawn, if I settle on the far side of the sea, even there your hand will guide me. Your right hand will hold me fast. The reason why I love it is because it says if I rise on the wings of the dawn. The eagle doesn't argue. That doesn't mean it doesn't have a temper. You try going near its nest. You'll know which God you're serving, I'll tell you that. I don't ever want to be caught unawares. Oh, no, not by them. And we have some here when you go out into the mountains and the rivers. Oh, my. Everybody stops to look at how beautiful and majestic they are. But nobody asks what type of courage it takes to get on its back. And it's not courage, it's boldness. Boldness. Audacity. So today, whatever that situation is in your life, do you have the audacity? Well, you could pretend you're a crow. The crow has the audacity. Do you? If you, and see, this is the thing. When we observe, we can adopt their characteristics for ourselves and say, whoa, wait a minute. If I become like that, to get on the back of anything, well, you're not looking, again, you're not looking at the fact that the eagle flies higher, which depletes that poor little crow of oxygen. That's not what you're looking at. What you're looking at is there isn't another bird that has the audacity to do what it does. There isn't one. Not that I've read about. Right? Where is it in your life that you need to apply audacity? The audacity to change from what you presently are to what you want to become. It really does take audacity, or else we sit in it and we remain as we are. You look at the tenacity of the crow. The tenacity. That's why I tell you, it doesn't just jump on the back of an eagle because it can. It is a defense mechanism. If that bird is in the vicinity of its nest, it is a protector. The crow. Right? So today, what's that problem that you think you cannot overcome? Well, like the eagle, you can rise above anything. And how does one rise? You rise mentally. You have to rise mentally. The moment you make the decision in your mind to say, I am that. Ooh, I am. You've risen. The moment you say that, the moment you decide what you want to become, you have risen mentally. Indeed, you have. It's as simple as that. So, oh yes, Cyber, brazen impudence. That of the crow, the audacity, yes, it is brazen impudence, and Neville Goddard did speak about it. You have to have that brazen impudence. You know, normally they use brazen for a type of woman. Oh, indeed, to describe a type. Oh, she was brazen, honey. Yeah, brazen, normally she will wear a red lipstick, but you know what? I digress. That brazen impudence. To be impudent, allegedly, in the dictionary, is to be rude. You, this is how you'll say it to yourself. You, nobody's gonna stand in your way. No. Not for you to accomplish things. You gotta get rude about that. Impudent is what it is. And you make that decision. Because once you make the decision, everything turns to go towards that decision because it is law. Moving yourself into that, pardon me, direction is a cause, and it will bring about the effect. And your only instruction is to remain faithful to that which you have chosen to become. It's not a, yeah, but it's too hard. You know what? It's the love of it that will make you stay the course. It really is. So today, my beautiful friends, whatever that thing is in your life that you think you can't handle, yes, you can. It doesn't matter what it is. Like I said, you can slap any name on it that you want. You can say, oh my God, I'm so lazy. Oh my God, I deal with anxiety and depression. Oh my God, I deal with this. Oh my God, I deal with that. You can say, listen, you can name it whatever you want. You can name it whatever you want, but it does not stand a chance when you hold it up to the light of the law, the principle. You know why? Because the moment you decide and you look yourself in the face and you say, I am that. That is the new me. I am that. Yes, I am. The moment you turn yourself in that direction and you persistently remind yourself of what you are. How does one persistently remind themselves? It sure not is with vain and empty words, I'll tell you that. You remind yourself by answering the question, what would it be like if I were audacious? I told a lady yesterday she's got some chick Cassidy. She's got some chick, this is a chicken, right? I said, girl, you got some chick Cassidy. She sat there. And because she's just doing what they naturally do. They like to scratch at the ground to forage. So she's so cute when she does it. But you see, I have stuff taped to the ground and the wall so that they don't poop on my carpet and wreck it. This girl and her audacity. She picked at that tape with precision. And she pulled it back ever so much that she could sit on it. I came up the stairs and I saw her. I said, oh no, you don't, Missy. Oh no, you don't. Don't think I don't holler at that chicken. Of course I holler at the chicken. And she looks at me. She would just look at me. And I'm like, come on, man. You're not gonna clean it out. So I put it back. And she pulls it off again. I said, this chicken. But anyway, you and I have to have the audacity to look at our lives and say, I know I want to become this. So I will behave like it. Because remember how you do it. You do it by answering the question, what would it be like if? What would it be like if I were the man or the woman I wanted to be? What would it be like if I were audacious? Man, I'd walk into a room and I would say hello to people. You got that right. And what if they didn't say hello back? As a Jamaican would say, me not care. I don't care. Or as the young people would say, I'm all out of, you know what? I have no F's to give. I'm all out of it. You know? You don't care. The, the eagle is not concerned with the opinion of the crow. So you can also adopt the attitude of the eagle to be non-bothered. Just rise in your mental attitude and turn yourself towards that which you declare yourself to be. Over and over again, you rehearse it. What would you rehearse? Well, if you were audacious, what would you be doing? Do you think you'd be, Miss McQueen, hello? Do you think you'd be cowering in the corner? If you were bold? Pfft, no. You'd be like popcorn. with his chest. I do not know what it is with popcorn, but popcorn does not cower into any room. Popcorn struts into every single room he enters. That chest is out, that head is up, and let me tell you something. I don't. I have him shaking out his feathers in slow motion. I have never seen something so glorious. So when you walk into a room, you do it with your whole chest. Hello,